June 17th marks the UFC welterweight debut of the former UFC lightweight champion Rafael dos Anjos. He meets Tarek Saffiedine in Singapore. He joins us right now on the phone. Rafael, how are you?
How are you, Ariel? I'm good, man.
Great to talk to you. It's been a while, and I'm really intrigued by this fight for many reasons. First things first, why are you moving up to 170? Essentially, what is the reason for this move?
The main reason is my health. You know, I've been having such a hard time to cut that weight, and I think for the past, when I was on my run for the title, I had 5 fights in a 11-month period, and that changed my body completely. You know, I was just having such a hard time to cut. And my first title defense against Donald Cerrone was really rough, but I still was able to win the fight. And then against Eddie Alvarez was very bad. And against Ferguson, you know, I was okay, but I feel that affected my performance. And I just want to have a healthy life. You know, I had my run for the title. I'm a former lightweight champion, and now it's time to move on. And you have new challenges, you know, and be happy, enjoy what I'm doing, you know. That's the main reason.
After your fight against Tony Ferguson in Mexico, Joe Rogan said that he heard that you collapsed backstage because of the weight cut. Is that true?
No, man. I was like, after I make weight, I'm kind of, you know, I took maybe 30 minutes lying down on the floor of my room because I couldn't stand up. that was like I was about to miss the time of the weighing because I was lying down on my room because I couldn't stand up. I was feeling dizzy, but you know, I finally got it. I stood up and then I went there and make weight, but it was really hard.
But were you ever in danger of not, you know, making weight or maybe not making it to the fight? Like, was your health in, you know, a seriously bad spot? And maybe that's, you know, why he thought that you had collapsed or were in a tough position?
No. Like, against Eddie Alvarez was way worse, you know.
Oh.
But was against Ferguson was, you know, wasn't that bad. Was bad, but wasn't that bad. Against Eddie Alvarez was terrible.
How bad was it against Eddie?
Yeah, man, I passed out. You know, I passed out in the bathtub, on the hot tub, and I was out for like almost 3 minutes.
Wow.
And my coaches, they kind of was about to call 911 and cancel the fight.
Whoa.
Because I was out on my bed, and they kind of put some ice on my chest. And then almost 3 minutes, and then I woke up, and I made weight, and then I stayed on my bed for 1 hour, and we thought about cancel the fight, but you know, man, I'm a fighter, you know, I don't want to upset the fans, so I want to go there and I made my weight, but you know, but if I think back right now, I shouldn't make that fight because we see. Today's guys all the time they don't fight because they have some weight problem. Even Khabib the other day he didn't make the fight against Ferguson because they have some issues. But it's fine. That's the past. Now a new division, new life.
Wow. And I actually just looked it up. Joe was talking about the July fight against Eddie. What happened there? So he didn't get the story mixed up. That was my mistake. That's a very scary thing. Why, after that fight, after that experience, did you not then decide to go up to 170? Why did you continue to stay at 155 for one more fight?
Yeah, because you know I thought I couldn't, you know, made some changes.
Okay.
And some small changes on the last cut. You know, because for the fight against Alvarez, I put the hot tub all the way to my neck. Oh. You know, my whole body, and I thought maybe that could make me feel, you know, worse. But you know, against Tony Ferguson, I put my hot tub on my waist, you know, kind of, and I put some cold towels on my head. It took longer to make weight, but even with that, it was kind of harder, and man, it's too much. I'm a big guy, man. I had 180 pounds when I was 16 years old. I'm 32 years old right now. It doesn't make sense. I cut all the way to 155, and especially with how much I'm making right now, it's not worth it. My health is first.
Yeah, no, absolutely. After that fight against Ferguson that night, did you know that was it for you at 155, or did it take some time for you to make the decision?
No, yeah. After that fight, I knew. I say, man, God makes everything at the right time, everything perfect. Maybe if I won that fight, I would still be like killing myself to make 155.
Right.
So then I lost 2 in a row, and then I decided to change it. But like after that fight, I knew, and things didn't went the way that I want. I got the huge eye poke on the second round. I don't try to make excuses, but I know that. I know if I didn't get that eye poke, I would win that fight. But it's fine. It's past. Now it's time to move on and new division, and I'm excited for it.
And that's not the only change. You're no longer training with Rafael Cordero and Kings MMA, correct?
Yes, correct.
Why did you leave the team?
Man, I think it's just I'm a very loyal guy, and I think, man, the thing got to the end, I still have good friends at Kings, but right now I decide to do my own thing, training with do my own thing, enjoy my time, like going to evolve more often. I've been training with Eduardo Pamplona. He's the first guy that I start training Muay Thai. Since when I moved to California, even before Rafael Cordero, I started training with Eduardo Pamplona. But he left to Mexico. But now he's back here. He teaches at Black House, and he drives like twice a week here to Orange County to train me. And we're really good friends. And I think nothing lasts forever, and that was the time to make changes.
And you've also been training. I've seen some photos of you at the Wildcard Gym. Have you actually had a chance to train with Freddie Roach himself?
No. I had my box coach, Rudel Mayol, but he had to have a full-time job now, and he's kind of cannot train me anymore for a while. And I've been training with Coach Jason Perillo. And he's been helping me with my boxing. We just finished a session now. He's a really good guy and has a lot of knowledge, and we've been working together.
Wow. So all kinds of changes. I mean, this is really a fresh start for you at 170 pounds. Also, you're no longer with your old management team, right? Are you managing yourself?
Yeah, I'm my own man now.
Wow.
I'm my own fighter now.
This is something else. I mean, you really have changed everything. Did you feel like you needed to do that as you embark in this new chapter as a 170 pounder? Like that is a lot of drastic changes. Weight class, management, coaches, everything's different.
Yeah, for the past years, like for the past 18 months, it's been a lot of change on my life, and I'm trying to make good changes, and the best way to start over to have success is start back, have a fresh start. New division, new everything. But don't get me wrong, Ali is a great guy. We're still friends. We talk every week. But I just think I can be my own man. I know what's best for me.
The last time I spoke to you several months ago, you talked about how you learned a lot after losing the belt. Who's there for you? Who's not? You feel like sometimes people were on your side when you were champion, but then you really see the true colors afterwards. Do you feel like now you have surrounded yourself with the right kind of people who will have your back regardless?
Yeah, sure. Like when you lose the belt, you really see who is who, and everybody wants to be like we have a thing in Brazil, like I don't know how to say, but we say something. Everybody wants to be a dad of a handsome kid. Nobody wants to be a dad of a ugly kid. You know, when you're the champion, you're the handsome kid. Everybody wants to be a dad, right?
Yeah.
But when you're not champion, you're an ugly kid. So nobody wants to be a daddy. But you know, that's life. And I've been learning a lot for the past months, for the past years. But I'm pretty sure I have a lot on me still. I can make it. I can make that run for the 170 pounds title.
I've been wondering about this for a long time, and I'm wondering if you do as well. How often do you think about the foot injury that forced you to pull out of that Conor McGregor fight, and what could have happened in your life had you fought that fight and beaten him, and how much would be different in the sport had you actually made it to the fight and avoided that injury? Do you think about that a lot?
No, not really, man. You know, I think like in life we have I think we gotta look ahead. We gotta. I'm pretty sure big things still coming. What's past is past. Like I didn't know. I don't have a crystal ball, to don't do some things. But for sure, man, if the fight happened, did happen, like for sure, Conor McGregor will not be where he is today. That's fact. Like I'm a really bad matchup for him, but I don't really think about it. I was just sad, upset because I never had to cancel any fight due injury. My whole career, I have 34 fights, and I always make weight, I always make to the fight. But unfortunately, that fight I couldn't make it. I broke my foot. But we can't live on the past. It's time to move on. And that's what I'm doing. I don't think back too much.
I saw you on social media. You were trying, it felt, for a long time to find an opponent to get back in there, but it seemed like it took a while. Why did it take so long?
Yeah, I think as a former lightweight champion, I deserve to fight a top 10 ranked guy, and a lot of guys they were like calling me out for like next month. Okay, I want to fight Dos Anjos next month. I'm ready next month. No, I can't get ready in 4 weeks. Calm down. This guy, they kind of desperate, and they kind of call me out for 1 month. I can't get fight with 1 month notice. Give me 10 weeks, 12 weeks. I can get myself ready. And Tarek Safedin is a top 10 guy. I think it's a good start for me at welterweight, and I think a win over him can put him on that mix, on top 10 mix.
What about this guy, Colby Covington? I mean, he's a great fighter. He's a young fighter. He's streaking, but he was really coming at you aggressively. Did you ever consider taking that fight?
Well, man, I first of all, when this guy, some friends was telling me, but I didn't know who was that guy, And then when I had to Google his name, when I Googled, I find out he was a UFC fighter. I didn't know he was a UFC fighter. And I thought he was a Bellator fighter or something. But man, if I beat this guy, I beat nobody. What can make it to me? Can do nothing for me. So I don't. That fight is a fight that he's a young guy, but this new generation guy, they trying to get attention. By the talk about by the media and how trash talk they do about people. But I think, man, my thing I doing on the octagon. I won't get knowing by knock out people. By beat good guys. And this guy, man, he didn't beat nobody his whole career. He trying to make a fight with me, but I think he has a long way to go.
So you went to Singapore. You've been to Singapore in the past, training with Evolve. Are you going to do the majority of the training camp for this fight in Singapore because you have ties there? Yeah, it will be half and half. So I'm going to Singapore on May 22nd, and I will be there all the way to the fight. So I'm doing 4 weeks here, 5 weeks here in California,
and the rest of the last 4 weeks I will do it there in Singapore.
Was it just a coincidence that you ended up on a Singapore card, you know, despite the fact that you have these connections, or did you specifically ask to be on this card?
Yeah, like my main goal, I was trying to fight in Brazil, in Rio. I haven't fought in Rio for 10 years. But, and then I saw this card came up on the internet, you know, like I saw online, and I thought, like, would be a good card. And then I was speaking with Son Shelby. He talked about this opportunity to fight in Singapore because I have good connections there. I have team involved. I've been joining team involved for over, you know, 6-7 years, and I have really good friends there. So I said, why not? It would be great. So it's Evolve is my home in Asia. Singapore is my home in Asia. So why not? And then I really like the chance.
And just out of curiosity, Rafael, how much do you weigh now?
195.
Wow, 195. Is this bigger than usual, or is this usually where you used to start?
Yeah, usually. Usually I get like 200. But I've been training for over a month. Actually, I don't stop training. I'm always training. But, you know, as I start training, I have to really diet hard because as much as I train, my body holds more water. You know, everything that I eat, my body captures. So that's why I decided to go up a weight. It's my body holds too much weight.
Wow, that is unbelievable. 195, holy smokes. Well, I wish you the best, Rafael. It's great to see you back. I love this fight from a stylistic standpoint. It's pretty cool, of course, that you're fighting in Singapore, given your ties to that area now and you're training there. And it's good to have you back, and I'm happy to hear that you're no longer going to be cutting to 155, because that sounds like really scary stuff. I don't want to hear any fighter go through that. So kudos to you for making that decision, and looking forward to your welterweight debut in the UFC. By the way, is this your first ever 170 fight? I feel like you fought at 170 prior to UFC, or am I crazy?
Yeah, no, I fought, I think, four times.
Right.
But I had on the beginning of my career, I had a 185 fight.
Wow. That's a little too big these days, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like just too crazy. I didn't know how to cut weight, anything, and then I got a week notice, and then okay, $100, let's make it.
For $100?
Yeah.
Wow.
185.
Well, 170 it is. Yeah, that is a lot. That's amazing. You fought for $100. That was at the beginning of your career.
It is. Yeah, that was like probably 12 years ago.
Wow. Okay. Well, I hope you'll make more money in this fight against Saffiedine. I have a feeling that you will. All the best to you, Rafael. It was great to catch up again, and good luck in the fight on June 17th.
Thank you, Ariel. Take care. Thanks for having me.
All right, there he is, Rafael dos Anjos. Great to talk to him. It has been a while since he's been on the show. Always great to get his insight. And like I said, a lot of changes going on in his life. So let's see how he performs on June 17th against Tarek Saffiedine.